afternoon, Pokesports. Welcome to another VGC Battle Stadium Regulation C video, bringing you a Dachsbun team. Now, Dachsbun, as you know, is not the world's most common Pokemon, but is still pretty decent, has a very unique ability, and can get very tanky with Well-Baked Body, that ability. Now, Well-Baked Body in the past has worked well next to Lava Plume. If you guys don't know what Lava Plume is, I don't blame you because it's not a very common move in competitive. It's essentially a fire move that does damage to everything, including your teammate. So before, Lava Plume was kind of exclusive to Torkoal, I guess, would be the most common one. Maybe even a Cameruptor. Those aren't very fast Pokemon, not very good Pokemon. So they wouldn't end up outspeeding the Dachsbun, so it would force you to go into Trick Room. But now with the introduction of Chi-Yu in the metagame, we have Chi-Yu with a Scarf, being able to be faster, have access to Lava Plume, and also be able to boost up your Dachsbun. You're able to get that strat off more often. So I'm excited to see if it actually does a thing in today's video. The rest of this team is also super scary. We have things like Booster Flutter next to the Chi-Yu, which does absolutely incredible amount of damage. You also have things with like Chien-Pao, Dragonite, and Azumarill as a nice core on the defensive side, or the offensive physical attacking side for that team. So all in all, this team is meant to be very strong and get very fast wins. So hopefully I can go ahead and do that in today's video. Now, this team is actually from ShyDude on Twitter. Make sure to link their Twitter down below in the description. They are a Bayonetta stan, and I can appreciate that. So I'm super excited to try Dachsbun. Hopefully Dachsbun does something in today's video. I have no idea if it's going to do anything, but fingers crossed. We'll see what happens. So if you guys are excited to see Dachsbun in action, go ahead, hit the like button down below, and subscribe to Pokesports if you haven't done so already. With that said, let's get on to today's video. What's even happening here? I'm seeing Dragapult, I'm seeing Barraskewda, I'm seeing Lucario. I've got questions, but listen, Chi-Yu is about to give you some answers. I think this is a pretty decent lead here. My one little concern is Tailwind happening, and that being a little bit sad for me, but I can work my way around that, I think. Booster Flutter will still be able to outspeed a lot of Pokemon on my opponent's side of the field. I do still have a lot of priority moves as well. But if I'm going Dachsbun, if I'm going Chi-Yu, I think I'm definitely bringing Flutter. And I think the Pokemon I should have in the back kind of depends on what the opponent's team is. And looking at that team, I'm feeling like it should be Chien-Pao. Because Chien-Pao does have Sucker Punch. Chien-Pao is able to match the speed of the Flutter Mane. Chien-Pao also has Ice for that Dragapult. So yeah, I think Chien-Pao is the way here. We'll see what happens. Thankfully, with this whole strategy, I'm not really... I don't really care about redirection because I'm going for Lava Plumes to do 1 billion damage. The only issue that I do see on my opponent's side of the field is the double ghost types. Yeah, you have the Dragapult, you have the Flutter Mane. So what that means is I can't body press you, which is a little sad. They're actually Talonflame and Dragapult here. Again, I can't body press you, so I'm a little sad. But I'm still gonna click Lava Plume. And if we're going to continue to do the annoying thing, I'm going to do the annoying thing. Let's just go for the yawn onto the Dragapult. Let's just get my Dachsbun nice and tanky so that Dragapult can't actually deal with it. And let's get some damage off on the Talonflame. Break the Gale Wings before, you know, it's able to Brave Bird me. Yeah, there's the Tailwind. Unfortunately, the Dragon Darts will go before my Lava Plume. Oh, or just U-turn. And critting. So that's how we're starting. The first turn of this battle. The first turn of this battle, of this video, is just going to be a crit U-turn onto my Chi-Yu. Oh, boy. Oh, look. Listen, you're not going to love this. Well-Baked Body is going to give my defense a sharp raise, followed by delete. Oh, no, not delete. 100% Assault Vested Lucario there, right? Look, you have to be an Assault Vested Lucario for you to live that. Wow. Okay. I don't want to waste Terra on anything. At least not yet. I think one Well-Baked Body might be good enough for me right now. Because I could Ghost Terra to try to avoid like a close combat or something, but I also could just swap into a Ghost type. And I think I'm just going to keep being annoying. Let's go for the yawn onto the Talonflame this time. Just gonna keep rotating yawns. I don't feel like I have to body press yet. And if the Lucario does decide to stay on the field, it won't be able to bullet punch me next turn because it's gonna be asleep. Just gonna force my opponent to keep swapping. They do go for a Brave Bird. Oh, it's onto the Flutter Mane. Ouch. That's very aggressive. Oh, and they Meteor Mash my Dachsbun, but thanks to the +2 defense, I'm able to eat that for breakfast. They do get the attack raise. I can Wish Up now and go back to being in a pretty decent position. But the next issue is this Talonflame going for Brave Birds. What I can do is protect for 1 turn. Maybe I'll hold up on the Wish. I'll just go for the body press on the Lucario. Just eliminate the Lucario this way. Because I have to somehow try to stall out this Tailwind. If I can. If it's even possible. But hey, if my opponent wants to sit here and let his Pokemon go to sleep, be my guess. No swaps again on this turn. Yeah, Brave Bird into the Flutter spot. Not going to happen. No swaps for the Lucario as well. And listen, Dachsbun's going to take a KO this game. I can at least say Dachsbun did something. It knocked the thing out. We did it. I love the braided, like, bread back that Dachsbun has. It's such a creative Pokemon. Big fan. Should have been a fairy fire type, but hey, whatever. Our Talonflame's now asleep, which means Flutter Mane should be, in theory... Oh, they have their own Flutter Mane. The problem is they still have Tailwind up, right? They should. For 1 more turn, yeah. I might just go... Might just let Flutter go down, unfortunately. And that's intentional. It's like, I just don't think there's a better play for me. And I'm going to body press the Talonflame. Do some damage to the side of the field at the very least. Here's the unfortunate thing. It's like, I can't really hit anything left after I knock out this Talonflame. They're actually going to Terrasilize, probably Fairy. Yeah. Okay, well, I guess I can hit this now. It's not super effective, but I can hit it. Once the Tailwind goes away, I'm in a great spot. I just have to wait until that Tailwind goes away. Thankfully, Talon doesn't wake here. They just Shadow Ball. Keep it nice and simple. I actually don't even know why they Fairy Terra. Whatever. I guess just in case I outsped. Regardless, free body press. Decent damage. Hold on. Oh, I got a crit. Okay, crit for crit. They crit me turn 1. I crit them turn 30. It's all good. Lefty's gonna get me really close to full, actually. My Dachsbun is not leaving this field. And Dachsbun, unironically, is really good at the Dragon Ball because they can't Dragon Darts me either. Okay. I am Scarfed. I can Lava Plume again. I might not knock the Flutter, but I'm definitely knocking the Talonflame. Yeah, let's just Lava Plume. And honestly, let's body press. Let's get some damage on this Flutter Mane while we can. No Gale Wing, so they can't Tailwind. Scarf Chi-Yu should always outspeed. That's actually a very smart swap from them because they were expecting the body press. Fair enough. But still, Dragapult's got to eat a Lava Plume. And I'm now going to be at +4 with the well-baked body. Oh, this is hilarious how tanky I can get really quickly. And now they're forced to go into the Flutter. I think they're choice locked for that swap because why else would they swap? They want to go for the fairy moves is what that feels like they want to do. And I get it. Makes sense. All right, there's a Flutter. Last 2 Mons, both are ghost types, so one's a fairy type right now. Just gonna Lava Plume. I'm gonna be +6. And I'm gonna body press the Flutter Mane because we expected not to have it protect. Fingers crossed. The issue is their Flutter Mane will outspeed, and I will have to tank a hit. Hopefully I can. I think I can. But we'll see. We are +6, baby. Big, thick bun dog. They Phantom Force here. Interesting. That's definitely into Dachsbun because they have no other way of attacking that spot. Followed by the Dazzling Gleam. I should be able to take a Dazzling Gleam, I'm sure. Hardly. We lived at 4 HP. Which means every single leftovers recovery from that whole game mattered. Wow. There goes Fluttermane. Jeez. Okay, that should be game. Oh my goodness. All we have left in the back is our friend Shanpao, who we specifically brought to deal with the Dragapult. What a game though, man. What an absolute war. And Dachsbun really showing its worth that battle. All right, let's go for the throat chop. Let's go for the protect. I guess we can't. I guess it doesn't matter. Let's body press ourselves. Yeah, there's a Phantom Force onto the Dachsbun. We knew it was coming. We knew it had to be onto that spot. Doesn't matter though. Shanpao with the throat chop is more than enough to eliminate Dragapult. And with that, we're taking a game with Dachsbun. Beautiful. That battle had everything. It had hacks. It had me nearly losing. It had me living at 1 HP. It was a great time. Great place. Anyway, on to the next. Another Dragapult and Fluttermane. Okay. At the very least, I know I can deal with this core. I don't deal with it like incredibly well, but it can be dealt with. Do we bring the Dachsbun again is the question. I don't know, man. Especially against Palafin, this makes it a little scarier. Also, Dragonite is a little scary too. How do we deal with that Palafin? I'm going to go Chi-Yu Dachsbun, but I think I'm going to leave my Fluttermane behind. I'm going to bring my Shanpao and my Dragonite in the back. Yeah. Maybe a Azumarill? Yeah, I low-key like Azumarill here. I think Azumarill with Aqua Jet will be very useful for us. The reason why I don't want to bring Dragonite is because I have one Pokemon that already doesn't hit Ghost types, and that's the Body Press that I'm bringing. Am I really going to rely on like E-Speeds in order to hit, like not hit Ghost types again? Why Ghost types have 2 resistances or 2 immunities rather, I will never understand. Honestly, pretty good turn for us here. Pretty good turn for us. I don't think they Jet Punch, and even if they do, they just wasted a Jet Punch, so I could also Terrasilize here. Do I think I'm going to need Terrasilize with anything else? Fairy? No. I don't think so. I think I will Terrasilize here just in case they do decide to Jet Punch. I want to be able to live it. Less Body Press Shanpao. Let's get rid of it. Not going to think about this twice. The only concern I do have is if I get Sucker Punched. But I think it's a lot more likely that I get Sacred Sworded than Sucker Punched in this turn. Unless my opponent knows this team, they know my Terras. That's okay, I guess. I still get the +2, so I'll still take that. And I still get the free Lava Plume. It's looking like they were trying to Wave Crash me, because they didn't Heart Swap, unless they half Flip Turn, which is uncommon, but still possible. Decent enough damage for what it's worth. They are Wave Crashing me. I should take this, though. Or not. Wow. Banned? Or just a billion... I wasted Terra there is what I did. Wow. Yo, that hurt. That hurt good. Now what? Now I gotta make some plays. I'm gonna bring in a Azumarill. Okay, big dog. I see you. I don't think a huge power Aqua Jet's enough to knock the Palafin there. That Palafin actually seemed pretty tanky. Might just go for the Shanpao, assuming that they're gonna swap there. And again, Body Press Shanpao. Now this could be risky. Because they could swap into a ghost type, which would be bad. But they could also just let the Chien-Pao go down, except they don't. They're swapping out into one of their 2 ghost types, most likely. Or an Amoonguss. Did they not bring either ghost type here? That'd be wild. The double swaps. Okay, so if I body press that spot, I might have ran into a ghost. No ghost types. Just no ghost types at all. Gonna get the Intimidate. Thankfully, the Intimidate doesn't matter because I only take my defense into account. That did absolutely nothing. That did even less. Okay, bad. Bad turn. Okay, I think what I have to do now is I have to protect. Actually, I don't have to protect. I could do this. I could liquidate the Arcanine. Yeah, I can yawn the Amoonguss. The good news is their whole team is theoretically physical. So I got a +2 Dachsbun. That's pretty good news for me. Liquidation's not going to matter, but I do have a Lumberry on the Amoonguss, on the Azumarill. That's why I wasn't too afraid of this Amoonguss right now. Who does go for a Spore onto my Azumarill. NBD. Well-baked body. I think I can still get slept through well-baked body. That yawn is nice. I could protect here. I could double protect just to guarantee the Amoonguss goes to sleep, but that's no fun. I'd much rather go for the liquidation onto the Arcanine. No one wants to come in on that. And then also body press onto the Arcanine, knowing that they have not a single ghost type in the back. There's not a single Pokemon that wants to take a combination of these 2 moves. Palafin, absolutely not. They would have to Rage Powder here for it to be meaningful. Which means I can just get them next turn. They don't Rage Powder. Body press, deleting Palafin from the game. Good riddance. It's looking like they want to Spore again. All right, Liquidation should do a little bit more damage than Aqua Jet. Hardly. That's a very defensive Amoonguss, dude. They just go for the Spore again onto the Azumarill. Listen, I get it. But from where I'm looking, my opponent does not have enough damage to take this game. Especially with this Amoonguss asleep now. The sheer irony of putting an Amoonguss to sleep. I love it. Absolutely love it. All these defense drops don't matter, my guy. I just need... I said defense drops, attack drops. I guess they kind of matter on Azumarill, but I can swap in Chien-Pao and body press. Let's keep going. Let's get it, Arcanine. I dare you. Attack me with a fire move, please. Be my guest. Heat wave me. Chien-Pao coming back on the field. I need a way to knock the Amoonguss. So hopefully I don't lose this Chien-Pao this turn. Withdraws the Amoonguss. They're going to keep the Amoonguss asleep. And then hard swap back in their Chien-Pao. Very interesting play on them. Let's see how they play this out. Sword of Ruin coming in. Flare Blitz. You didn't learn? You didn't learn, my guy? No one knows what Dachsbun does, baby, and I love it. Oh, that's hilarious. All right, Chien-Pao is probably protecting on their side of the field, so what I should do is I should just throw chop their Arcanine and body press their Chien-Pao. Ooh, something's terastallizing. Oh, is it going to be Ghost Terror on their Chien-Pao? It might be. Yeah. Fair enough. But if the Arcanine doesn't protect, then at least I still knock the Arcanine this turn. But losing my Chien-Pao might be really detrimental. Okay, they don't protect. That's actually huge. That means I'll at least live with Sash. No matter what they do here, I'll live with the Sash. Sacred Sword, yep. Ouch! We living, baby. I have to throw in my Azumarill back, though. Okay, here's the following issue. I guess it's not really an issue. I'm still in a pretty decent spot, for all it's worth. For all intents and purposes, the Amoonguss is still asleep. Which means I could still Ice Spinner it, but at the same time, I have to worry about a Sucker Punch. So I might have to swap into the Azumarill and try to set the Chien-Pao to sleep. Because once the Chien-Pao is asleep, then I can go for Ice Spinners without having to worry about the Sucker Punches. Also, once my Azumarill wakes up, I can actually do damage, which would be nice. Yes, got the yawn off. Beautiful. My dog ain't going nowhere. That's the thing. We are not going anywhere. All right, Azumarill. I kind of would like if you woke up here. That'd be really nice. It'd be the nicest thing that could happen right now. The Ice Shard. Yeah, that's not doing damage. Body Press. +4 this time. I'm doing more. And Azumarill still asleep. Unfortunate. Maybe they Ice Sharded to predict the hard swap there. Which would have been a pretty interesting play. But the way it looks now, my Dachsbun can actually knock out this Amoonguss through body presses. I just have to be very careful not to lose the rest of my team, because Dachsbun cannot hit Chien-Pao. All right, Chien-Pao is fast asleep. Looks like it tried to protect there or tried to Sucker Punch. Who knows? There's my body press onto their Amoonguss. Amoonguss didn't Rage Powder, which is good news. Do I wake? All right, we propped the Citrus. Was that a Pinch Berry? No, it's a Citrus. Okay. Azumarill? Come on, 3 turns? Was that 3 turns? Might have been. Oh, I guess they got 3 turns too. Fine, I guess. Unfortunate, but whatever. I'm actually going to rotate targets here. Because I think Chien-Pao is just going to try to protect. So I'll just double the Amoonguss to see if I can get rid of an Amoonguss. Battle was canceled. Or that can happen. I'm okay with that happening too. I think my opponent just realized that it's a never-ending battle where in the end game, he was never going to be able to knock out my Dachsbun, and I am never going to be able to knock out his Chien-Pao. So best case scenario for him would be he's able to knock out the rest of my team, and we're wet noodling for 15 minutes until the game goes to timer. But the difference is I have lefties and I have protect, so I can and I have wish, so I can really make sure that I'm max HP, and at the end of the day the Dachsbun will have more HP than the Chien-Pao. So he was fighting a losing battle. GG's opponent taking game 2. Palafin, Chien-Pao, Dragonite. Very physically offensive team. That's what we're seeing here today, which means we could set it up. So I think we just do it again, man. If it worked, it worked. Why change it? Good news is I'm only seeing 1 ghost type on their side of the field, so I low-key just want to bring Dragonite and click E-Speed at the end of the day too. Super easy team select here, right? We see what their team is. We see what their team does. We're able to just plan against it, hopefully knock it out. That Amoonguss is going to be their biggest issue, but we already learned that if we can get our Dachsbun to +4, we can 1v1 the Amoonguss easily. If that's anything that we learned from game 2, is that Dachsbun is kind of silly when it comes to getting that much of a defense boost, and then your opponent just not being able to tolerate it. I mean, granted, Chien-Pao only lowers defense by 25%, so if you can get a +2 right away, you're mitigating that twice over. So I don't know, man. It might be Dachsbun's time to be an actual competitive Pokemon. This might be what Game freaking envisioned for Dachsbun when they created this thing. Who knows? Regardless, see what my opponent leads with. I'm assuming it's going to be Palafin and a friend. It's going to be a Palafriend. Because Palafin does do very well into my team. I did learn in the last battle that, hey, yes, I can die to a wave crash from a baby Palafin turn 1. Didn't expect it. It happened. Ooh, nice shoes. Hold on, I need those shoes. Yo, opponent, where'd you get those shoes? Little jelly. Okay. Not in a horrible spot. Like, we could still do our thing. There's no point of me going for the Ghost Terra here, I think. Actually, yes, there is. Because if they Jet Punch instead, I might live a Jet Punch. Not a Wave Crash. I will live a Jet Punch. So I think going for the Ghost Terra is not awful. And going for the Body Press also onto Palafin is not awful. They don't swap. This is why we did it. Now we just need them to go for a Jet Punch. If they go for a Jet Punch, we might actually be able to squeeze in another Lava Plume, depending on what they decide to do with their Flutter Mane. Let's find out. Oh, they're going in. How in are we going here, folks? It's Palafriend. Water Terra Jet Punch. Do I live a Water Terra Jet Punch? I don't think I do. Do I? Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Spaghetti-O. I live it. Nice. Okay, good. It's a great thing I terrestrialized. Here's a nice lava plume. Dachsbun's gonna get a well-baked body. Gonna do some damage to the Fluttermane as well. That's always nice. No burns. Moonblast onto my Dachsbun. Gonna nearly eliminate me, though. But I take the Palafin with me. Oh, I don't. Oh, that did a lot less damage than I thought it would. Oh, we're in trouble. Oh. This is the part that shows the team not working all the time. This is bad. This is real bad. Why? That took it very well. Well, rip. Let's protect. Let's hide. And hope they jet punch the Dachsbun instead. Nope. Why would they? It makes no sense. All right, well, that's unfortunate. The good news is we have Dragonite now, for what it's worth, right? Which doesn't appreciate the you know, Fluttermane, but does have the E-Speed. And they don't have anything in the back. The Fluttermane does go down to just a... The Fluttermane goes down to just an attack as well. I'm pretty sure that's sucker punchable. Okay, so here's what we have to do. We have a couple of things to do in the correct order. We have to E-Speed the Palafin. Hard swap into Chien-Pao. And then hope. Yep, just in case they just in case they go for the hard swap just to preserve the Chien-Pao. Into the Amoonguss, fair. Oh, here's the problem. The Amoonguss can Rage Powder. Not if I E-Speed and knock it out next turn. I'm pretty sure that an E-Speed from this Dragonite should bring the Amoonguss down to around 50-ish%. Hopefully 2-hit KO range. Whoa! I expected a little more than that, bud. Just a little bit more than that. That is a defensive Amoonguss with lefties. That might be max. Oh. Are we in danger? I'm gonna Ice Spinner now, because I can't Sucker Punch. I think I lost. Yeah, let's protect. There's a Rage, okay. That's why we couldn't Sucker Punch. This Rage Powder was imminent. Good, okay, nice. Well, that's gone now. I could Sucker Punch the Fluttermane now. I have a threat on the field again. All right, Sash, save me. Good. Whew. We are still in a pretty prime position, I think. Because if all goes according to plan, next turn is just E-Speed the Palafin. Perfect. I should be able to knock you at that HP. You were very low. You're now outspeeding the E-Speed. My Protect last turn was kind of pointless, but it's okay. It was the safest play. Let's E-Speed Palafin. Let's Sucker Punch Fluttermane. Get rid of you. Beautiful. Fluttermane should not be able to take the Sucker Punch. Unless it's defensive. It could be. You never really know with Fluttermanes, man. Sucker. Sucker. All right, baby. When the Dachsbun can't get it done, the D-Knight and the Chien-Pao can. Oh, beautiful. Speaking of Chien-Pao, hello, how are you? Nice to meet you. I'm going to have to E-Speed here. And I'm going to... I don't know. I guess I E-Speed and... Sucker? Just to break the Sash? That might be my only play. My best play. Hope for the speed tie, unfortunately. There's the E-Speed. Ooh, that takes it so well, man. But I do win the speed tie. I get the Sucker Punch off. Okay, I'm chipping. I'm chipping. They also Sucker Punch, and it fails. Ooh, that speed tie is huge, dude. E-Speed again. Sucker Punch again. Listen, rely on the speed tie. Battle was canceled. 3 dubs with Dachsbun. Granted, this last battle, Dachsbun was kind of a cheerleader, but you know what? It did the initial damage needed in order to one-shot the Palafin with the Dragonite and the E-Speed. So, it did something. It did something. GG's. What an incredible team. Thank you so much, ShyDude. Let's go ahead and get you guys that rental. And here you have the Dachsbun team. I could not express to you guys how impressed I am with this Pokemon. I was on the fence about Dachsbun, being like, okay, I guess I'm going to play Dachsbun today. Don't know how it's going to go. Whatever. It's kind of a meme, kind of a gimmick. It's legitimately impressive how many things Dachsbun can live and how much damage it can do with body press, and how much of an interesting core it has with Chi-Yu in order to get those things done. Right? I thought it was a great time in today's video. And I think that there is a time and a place for Chi-Yu Dachsbun. It's not a meme. It's a team. Regardless, the rest of the team did amazing as well. Dragonite, Azumarill. I was impressed a little bit with Azumarill as well. I was impressed. I didn't get to do much with it, but the fact that it just posed the presence on the field, my opponent wasn't able to do much in return to it either, to the point where it forced the forfeit from my opponent. On top of that, Chien-Pao. Big ups to Chien-Pao. I love using me some Chien-Pao. Dragonite did amazing as well. Clear Amulet's a pretty interesting idea, especially if running multi-scale, just so that Intimidators don't kind of mess up your turn 1 Chien-Pao Dragonite lead. Overall, fun team, great time. Make sure to check out ShyDude's Twitter and Twitch down below in the description. Anyway, if you guys enjoyed today's video, hit the like button down below and subscribe to Pokesports. If you haven't done so already, I'm Pokesports. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great night. Peace out. Bye-bye.